Did you know that a tight ankle could be the reason why you're in pain? Now, when we have a limitation in ankle mobility, we are more susceptible to having things like Achilles tendonitis or rupture. You could have flattening of the arch, you could have plantar fasciitis, you could develop bunions, or you could have knee pain, hip pain, or back pain because of how a tight ankle will affect the way you move when you're squatting or running or doing anything active. Now, it'll also affect how well the body can absorb impact because of that limitation in the mobility as well as how tight the Achilles itself is. Now, if you want to fix this, let's talk about 4 different ways that we can improve this mobility while both addressing the Achilles tendon itself as well as a tight ankle joint. Now, we're starting with an eccentric heel raise on a step to help lengthen the Achilles tendon. Now, how we perform this is simply find a step, go up on your toes, and then pick up one foot. Slowly go down on that other foot until you get to a full stretch at the bottom. Now, I like to hang out here for a few seconds, get a good stretch, and then repeat. As we do this over time, you will help lengthen that Achilles tendon and improve its capacity for load as it lengthens during any sort of functional or explosive activity. Next, I like to do a lunge against the wall. Now, what we're doing here is we're stretching the soleus muscle, which is different from the gastrocnemius muscle. So the gastroc you can stretch with the knee straight, like we did in that first exercise. With this exercise, we're going to stretch with that knee in a bent position. So if you lean up against a wall, we're stretching the ankle in front. Now try and keep that heel down as you drive your knee towards the wall. You should feel a stretch either in the Achilles tendon or lower calf. You might even feel that in the ankle joint itself. Now from there, we can progress to a similar exercise, but a more functional position. So what we can do is get into a split squat. From this position, simply drop as low as you can. Again, make sure you keep the heel of the front foot planted as you try and drive that knee forward. Now, if you do this with a weight, you will get even more of a stretch, especially if you try and hang out at the bottom of the motion. If you're finding this video helpful, go ahead and hit that like button so other people can find it as well. Otherwise, let's get to the next exercise. Now, this last exercise is best when you have a little bit more mobility, but you're trying to go for maximum. So what we can do is get into a deep squat position with a weight out in front of us. Now, from here, you should feel a stretch in both Achilles tendons if you hang out in this position long enough. Now, if you are too tight in the ankle, you might need to put your heels up on something in order to get in that position and adequately stretch that muscle. But once we're here, we can get into that position and then try and shift side to side as needed, and then hold that for as long as you want in order to get a good stretch. Now, I should note that when a lot of people stretch their calves, they like to do it here and there throughout the day for just a short period of time, maybe a few seconds. This is not enough if you want long-term change. You have to really hold that stretch and then relax into that stretch for long-term change in tendon length as well as joint mobility. I hope you learned something helpful with that. If you want to subscribe to my channel, I talk about how we can build a physically fit and functional body that will last throughout the course of our lives so that we can continue to do the things that we want to do.